Hello everyone, time for some coffee and a live feed. So, first things first, coffee obviously. Then we're going to follow up with some invites as we do. Just going to shoot some of these out. Invitey. Lovely, brilliant. Just going to straighten up the old camera here. Hopefully without wrecking everything. Someone's joined us. Say hello. Steve's joined us. Thanks for joining, Steve. Robert's joined us. Someone else has joined us. It's hard to keep up. Kevin's joined us. Bob's joined us. Come on, Facebook. You can do better than this. I said Robert. Yep, Robert's joined us. Greg's joined us. Thanks for joining. Lars has joined us. Geez, you boys are in today. Bob says, yo. Hey, dude. My brother Dave's joined us. Hello, Dave. Everyone say hello to David. He lives down in Tassie. Oscar's joined us. He lives down the road. Right. Bloody Nora. We're into a quick smart today. So, of course, today we're going to do an unboxing, live unboxing of some RC goodness, which is always awesome. David Burke's with us too. Thanks for joining, David. Lawrence is with us as well. Top of the morning to you, says David. It's pretty hot here this morning. Pretty hot. If you guys can hear my fan, tough. It's hot. So, yeah. Oscar says the Aussie Bogan kid is here. Yes, he is. Kidding. Right, so we're gonna do an unboxing, obviously. As per usual, if there's anything else you guys want to see, let me know. I've got stuff here everywhere. The work's been done on the Scale Garage, just a little bit. I haven't been ripping in much lately. Stephen says, hello, mate. Hello. Live, what's that? Live unboxing of Vatira gonna rock. Don't know whose channel you're watching. I can honestly say I don't think, unless Vatira send me a truck, I don't think there'll ever be a live unboxing of a Vatera truck on this channel, feed, page, group. So, yeah. I mean, if they want to send one, I'll give it a good, honest review. Tag Vatera if you like, Horizon. And we'll put it to the test. I'll rip into it. Wesley's joined us. Thanks for joining, Wesley. So, yes, as per usual, we're gonna do the unboxing. And if there's any other RC stuff you want to see, let me know. I've got the 24 scale crawler sitting here. I've got the Ravage MT sitting down here from Hobby Plus RC. That thing is epic. If you haven't watched the YouTube video on that thing yet, watch it. What a beast. It's hard to hit full speed. That thing just hunts. It says 50 miles an hour in the box. I reckon it's quicker. I put 3S batteries in it. One of these, 3S battery. That's only a 35C. And that thing hunts. It is bloody quick. I was so pleased of just how quick that thing goes. And it takes some crap. If you watch the YouTube video I did on the Ravage MT, for those that haven't seen it, here she is. This is the Ravage MT that I took out. Still dusty. There's a lot of crashes and flips and all this sort of stuff in that video that aren't in that video. I do have a lot of crashes and such still. I've got the clips, so I might put one together so that you can just see this thing takes some serious crap. I'm so pleased, and it's so nice to see a new brand come out. Hobby Plus RC is only new. Also, for those that don't know, and this is just while we're waiting for people to roll up. They do the micro crawlers as well. Check that out. I'm yet to drive this one. I can't wait. What broke on the Ravage? Nothing. The first day I did knock the motor loose, but I think that was just a bolt that holds the motor on the adjuster. Wasn't quite tight enough. So got it home, 2 minutes, really easy to tighten it back up. Took it out the next day and just smashed the crap out of it. And nothing broke. Those jumps I was throwing off, they're designed for 8th scale buggies, not 10th scale buggies and trucks. They're big jumps. So, massively impressed with that truck. It is brilliant. If you're thinking about getting a basher or jumper, whatever you want to call it, can definitely recommend the Ravage MT. There's also a short course coming and a truggy, and at some stage later in the year, hopefully, a 10th scale crawler. So, keep your eyes on those guys because they're doing some wicked stuff. Lars, great. And did it float? Really, Lars? Tony's joined us. About time, Tony. Sean's joined us. Thanks for joining, Sean. Kyle's here. Thanks for joining, Kyle. Tony, I have to laugh, mate. Every time I do a post saying live feed in 20 minutes or whatever else, and we all know it's not going to be 20 minutes. It's probably going to be 25. But anyway, as soon as I do a post, Tony starts posting the memes, the GIFs. Come on, where are you? And Tony's always late. So anyway, I'm going to have a quick swig of my coffee, and then I'm going to show you what we're unboxing. Has anyone got any questions, wants to say hellos to anyone or anything like that? Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. Today on the live feed, this is pretty exciting stuff. It's always exciting stuff here. We're going to be unboxing the Cross RC FR4C Demon. You boys know I love me some Cross stuff. Okay? Check out that. Look at that beast, would ya? This is exciting stuff. Alright? I love my normal demon. Sorry for the noise. For those that haven't seen it, bear with me. Move all this stuff off my desk. That's close. For those that haven't seen it, here's my normal demon. This is the SG4C demon. It's the first demon Cross released. I mean, look at the thing. These trucks are beautiful. If you haven't got a Cross truck yet, crossrc.us. You've got it. I mean, look at them. It's just, it is a scale truck that's capable, right? Now, I know some of you blokes go, oh, he bashes on about Cross a bit. Yep, I do. For good reason. Excuse me. For good reason. Look at it. No one on the market makes a truck like this. No one. I like my TRX4. It's loaded. You all know it's loaded with brass, and it's got all the good bits on it. I like my TRX4. I like Hannah's FCX10. I like those trucks just fine. I love these trucks. I prefer to drive my old farm truck. Alright? I prefer to drive that than my loaded TRX4. True story. And it's because of how realistic it is, how it reacts, just how smooth. Like, that thing slow crawls better than any truck I've got. Like, and it shouldn't, but it does. I love them. So, that's why, set that to the side, FR4C Demon. It's got to be done. Right, so we're not going to faff about too much. I will move a couple of things off my desk. Look, tape measure here if you guys want measurements of anything. Lawrence says, hi, Hamish. Hamish has joined us. Hello, Hamish. Right. Now, I've got to grab... I'll show you the back of the box. We'll do this correctly. Okay. Back of the box. We've got all these pictures and details about the driveline and the diffs and the wheels and all those purdy bits. Right. So, G1R axles with reverse drive function. Lovely. Full aluminum shocks. I do like me some Cross shocks. Hamish, afternoon all. Only here for 5 minutes. Got some wheeling to do. We'll have to watch this evening. No worries, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Very much appreciated. 4x4. Look, I'm not gonna read it all. If you want pictures of this stuff that's on the back, let me know and I'll post up some pictures. I mean, I know what's in here is going to be just good stuff. Right. Knife. Going to cut the Cross decal that says no one's been in the box. I'm going to lay this down so that I don't make a massive mess everywhere. I'm going to put the demon back where it was, hiding in there. Lovely, that's out of the way. And we're going to whip straight in. Lovely, we're up to date with the comments. Brilliant. Box is open. First bag, and if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to see again, or etc. and so on, let me know, because we'll go back through it and check it out. If you haven't got a Cross truck and you want to get a Cross truck, all the w's.crossrc.us, that's where you go. Someone do me a favour, tag Robert Mazza. Robert Mazza's the BCRC official Cross RC dude, as he's officially known here. Robert's brilliant. He really is. If you're in England, also someone can tag Simon Green. He's another great cross dealer. So, I mean, we've got the States, etc., and Europe covered between Simon and Robert. So, they're who you want to talk to for your cross gear. Right. First bag. This appears to be, and I'm going to say that it is, the roll cage for the body, which is plastic, which is fine. You don't want to, realistically, you don't want a big heavy metal one if you want the performance. So this is going to help keep our weights down. Robert's been tagged by Oscar. Thank you, Oscar. Much appreciated. Steve says, that green truck is nice, mate. Love my demon. I do. They're just such... It's nice to have a truck that you can buy and you can spend as much time as you like modelling the truck. All the scale details, the options are there. Dave says, what about Crazy Hobbies here in Oz? I don't know if Crazy Hobbies have them. I do know that Model Flight in Adelaide have them. Robert Gollum, I'm sure, knows of a mob in Melbourne, Victoria. They may have some. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff. Okay, I get my stuff through Rob if I can. So, I mean, our sales service, second to none. Right, so that's our roll cage. I mean, it's generic black plastic, and there's a lot of generic black plastic in most kits, so I'm not going to get bogged down too much in it. But that's our roll cage. Second bag, generic black plastic. Okay, so we have the roof cage. I'll get some of these parts out. Anyone in here have a cross RC? Oscar does. Tony does. Okay, so this is the floor for our roof cage. I know this because I've seen the picture of the box and I know what it looks like. I like a bit of flex. You don't want plastics like this that are on the top of your truck, etc., to be rock hard. If you roll your truck, they'll break. Flex is good in this sort of stuff because that way it'll take a roll, it'll take a tumble, and it won't just break. Bob, no, I don't have one yet. What are you doing, Bob? Come on. You've got to get a cross truck, man. It's got to get one. David, they have them on their site, some coming soon, and free postage. If you can get a cross truck for free postage, buy it. Because these boxes are heavy. Okay? Heavy. The box for the Mammoth was £36. £36 for that. If you can get a Mammoth shipped to you for free, buy it. It's just, I believe the box for the FR4C was £13. If you can get it shipped to you for free, buy one. Last, you need one. Okay? You need one. John Davies has a SG4C Demon. So that's the floor of our roof cage. That's the siding of the roof cage. I do like that this is separate. And I do like that it looks like, let me just do a quick check out. Oh, awesome. I can run this with either this to the front or this to the front. And truth be told, I think I'd prefer to have this at the back. It works with the lines of the truck more. I'm not huge on having this at the front of the truck. So it's nice that this has been designed to give us the option to flip that around, put it on Mickey Mouse. For those that don't know what I mean by when I say Mickey Mouse, I mean awesome stuff. Michael Bright's joined us. Everyone say hello to Michael. Thanks for joining, mate. Up next, we have the side runners. Now, I'm not familiar with cross side runners because none of my trucks have them. They're all hard bodies. This truck is a Lexan body. Yes. Retails at $450 US for the FR4C model. I've got SG4C in my head now. So $450 US for the big wang bang flashy McDeely version. And that's cheap. You're getting a fully upgraded truck for $450. And we're already into, you've got scale accessories with your roof cage and the roll bar, etc. You've got your splash boards, which are your rock sliders as well by the looks. And they look quite nice. They're very tough. Very tough. I like that. Don't mind me. There's going to be some parts of this truck where I'm going to look at them and go a bit quiet. And that's because this is the first time I'm seeing them. Jeremy says, what? Tony says motor and ESCs. They come with a motor. You've got to buy your own ESC. Last night's Bob got a collection. It's hard to read all this stuff real quick, etc. Last has been too busy with construction. Get a cross truck. Anyway, so that's our side runners, and that's the end of that bag. I will quickly put this stuff back in. All going well, I would like to film a YouTube unboxing of this truck. I've said that a lot with a lot of trucks, and stuff happens and it doesn't happen, and it's annoying. It's annoying to me. But this one, I'm going to put everything back in the bags all nice and tidy, and I'm going to film a YouTube one too. John Schultz joined us. Thanks for joining, John. Much appreciated. Next bag. Ooh, baby. Chrome. I like me some chrome. Okay. So we have a bumper. Tony, bumpers. We've got bumpers, mate. We've got another bumper. We've got the grille. Oh, and one of my favourite parts of this truck. This is the spare tyre. I mean, I know it's not the spare tyre. It's a couple of bits of plastic. But what it actually is a simulated spare tyre in a hardcover for the back of your truck. Awesome. I love that that's included. This is the sort of stuff you've normally got to go and buy extra. So when you buy the SG4Cs, you get all the McGoodies. I like that. I really, really quite like that. Okay, now I'm going to open this. For those of you out there that are sensitive to bright reflections and such, put on your sunnies now because the chrome is coming out. And anyone that knows Cross knows that it's probably the best chrome that you'll get. And I love Tamiya chrome, but the last few Tamiya things I've got that had chrome have been honestly dreadful. I couldn't use the top stacks on my Ford Aeromax because all the chrome had flaked off. What up, Tamiya? I'll just join us. Thanks for joining. Okay. This is the grille. Oh, look at that chrome. It is just epic. Don't you think? Look at it. I can look at this stuff all day. I love how well Cross does chrome. I'm going to try not to put my fingerprints all over that. So that's the grille. Will that grille fit my truck? No. No, it won't. Your grille, Tony, should be painted satin black, and then you have the chrome rings around the outside and the chrome headlights, and then you have the chrome lines in the middle of the grille. That's how you do PG style grille. Just saying. You don't paint it body colour. You paint it like a satin black, or you can get away with a matte black. Like matte black looks a bit cheap on plastic, I find. But anyway, I digress. Next, yes, it's got all the light buckets built into the grille. Next, we have the rear bumper. Again, if you're sensitive to shiny things, shield your eyes. Holy dooly. Now, it's got a tow hitch mount in there. I don't know if it comes with one. I mean, this is only a plastic bumper that's coated in chrome. I don't know how much trust I would put in it towing a trailer. But you never know. I wouldn't go carting around that tandem trailer with a truck on the back of it with this. A single axle trailer, yeah. So that's our rear bumper. Oh, I love this chrome. Does anyone want to see the front bumper? Because I mean, I've got it out. I want that bumper. You love the chrome. Tony's going to put 2.2s on. Tony loves him some training wheels. Oh dear. For anyone that doesn't know what we're like here, they're probably thinking, geez, what a bunch of dicks. They're taking the mickey out of this Tony bloke. Anyway, all in good fun. This is our front bumper. Again, blingy McBling face. Now, this doesn't have a winch mount on it, but looking at this bumper, it is the same mounting points as the SG4C bumper. So you could put the SG4C bumper on the front of this truck with a winch mount on it. For those of you playing at home. God, I love that chrome. Is that not the prettiest thing you've ever seen? Have you ordered one yet? Look at it. God. That is nice. I love it. That bumper would be nice in the back of my Yota. It'd probably fit. That's nice stuff, man. It is really nice. The only thing is, this truck hasn't got a setup like the PG4 down there. The PG4 has got an extra bumper that you can bolt on, which protects all this stuff. This doesn't. So what I'll probably do is I'll order another 2 bumpers from Rob, just so that when I wreck these, I can just replace the bumpers, because they're just so pretty. I get caught up in this stuff. Okay, now, I don't normally do this at this point of the live feed, but today, Lawrence, I'm going to have to watch you later. Internet just started playing up. Waiting to get fibre. Sorry, mate. I wish you had better internets. Robert, I'm going to be hitting you up soon. What are you going to buy, Tony? Robert doesn't have 2.2s. Anyway, I'm going to do the body. You ready for the body? Nice. This is the body. Don't mind me, I'm checking it out too. I love the fact that this is already cut out. Now, obviously, I'm capable of cutting this out. That's fine. For those that aren't capable of cutting this out, it's done for you. Well done, Cross. These little things here, perfect. For the person that might accidentally cut half their bonnet, or these things happen, for someone that might accidentally cut half their bonnet or something like that, they don't have to worry about that. They can put the grill in, and there's 2 little holes in the side. This body has got all the holes already done for the roll cage, for the mirrors, for the door handles. It's just the body posts, so you can literally just paint this body and put it on your truck. I will state, there's going to be decals in this box somewhere that you've got to put on your windows and such first. Put those on before you paint it, okay? Otherwise, you're going to paint it all and go, Jono, the whole thing's green. The windows too, is that right? And I'm going to go, no, it's not. All right? You've got to mask your windows first, people. But, I mean, look at this thing. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? I love that. Now, I know it's a bit Bronco-ish in the back. It is a bit Bronco-ish. But I like that. It's like 2 of my favourite things. It's a demon with a bit of Bronco. That's wicked. What do you think about that? Now, Rob says hard body would be nice. This truck is essentially a fancy option for those that don't want to spend $550 on the SU4C, which is a hard body 4-door version. So the options out there, Rob, for those that want to spend the money. This is a great alternative for those that don't want to spend that much money but still want a really nice truck. This here is probably one of the best set up bodies from a factory that I've seen. I've seen a lot of bodies. All the holes are drilled out perfectly. Like, it's just, this is its own little kit. And this is why I keep smashing on to people about how good the value for money is with cross trucks. Now, I've done hard body cross trucks. That's all I've done. They're everywhere. This is the first Lex and Body one I've done. And I've got to tell you, I'm pretty impressed. Like, everything's just ready to go. Mask it, paint it, peel your masks off, put your body stuff on. You got a sweet looking scale truck. Now, obviously, you have to paint this. Paint this satin black. Okay? Or body colour, but if you're going to body colour it, make sure you give it more coats than you give the body, and paint this in TS and paint the body in PS paints if you're using Tamiya. If you paint this in PS, it'll flake off. Just so you know. If you paint this in TS, it'll flake off. So you need to use Lexan paints for your Lexan body, plastic paints for your plastics. But what if you don't like the cage? Why wouldn't you like the cage, Tony? It's epic. Like, the thing, if you don't like the cage, Go and buy something else. I know that sounds terrible. I think the cheaper versions of this truck don't have a cage. So there's options. There is options. So I won't say don't buy the truck, because I mean, it's awesome. I don't care what anyone says. That is awesome. Mole crawling. Well, you got to put your shopping somewhere, Tony. You can put it up in your lovely roof cage. Tony's going to drive around with a 50-foot trailer behind one of his crawlers, just with wheels and tyres on it, because he keeps buying all the wheels and tyres. All of them. So this is the body. And I mean, that's the best prepared body I've seen yet. And it feels tough. Like, I'm squeezing that. That is a tough body. Very impressed. If I had to guess a thickness, it's got to be 2 mil. Unless across the roof is. I really like that. Sorry, I know I'm talking about this a lot now. Moving on. Right. Shock oil and grease. Yes, I've got shock oil and grease. Now, I say that because sometimes, excuse me, sometimes when I've ordered cross trucks, these are empty. And it's a customs thing, and I don't care because I run my own stuff anyway. So this will just go in the drawer. But I've got shock oil and I've got grease, which is wicked. So it's nice that it's in there. 50 weight oil, probably a bit heavy for my liking, especially with the legs and body. In saying that, not all oils are equal. So this 50 weight may be the equivalent to the 30 weight I run. So who knows? Who knows? Tony has a fetish for wheels and tyres. You ain't kidding. Tony, use your screwdriver arm. What am I using that for? I must have missed something there. Anyway, Tony says mine was empty. Look, it's hit and miss. If you get, look, don't worry about it. You're probably going to run your own grease and such anyway. No matter what kit you buy and whoever sends you oils and grease, you'll probably just run what you prefer anyway. So that's in there. That's the main thing. Next. Oh, I'm not going to show those yet, but god damn, they're pretty. Okay. Who wants to see some axles? I know I do. Now, this being the SG, god damn. This being the C version of the FR4, it has the full-blown whoop-de-doo metal axles. Now, my SG4C has the metal axles too, but they were V1. They were the original, which mine are going fine. Nothing's broken. I've punished that truck and nothing's broken, so that's good. God damn, this stuff's pretty. There you go. How's that for scale? Look how thin that shaft is. It's got that. Run away with that joke if you like. Look at that. That is probably the nicest diff on the market. I know a lot of you guys will go, oh, Vanquish is better. Vanquish diff is massive compared to this. If you want to scale diff, there she be. Now, top tip for everyone, open up your diffs, check the shims. So make sure, this is shimmed perfect. There's no movement there, and it's not notchy. So check your shims, right? Make sure your diff sit there, your output shaft sitting where it needs to sit. Open up these 4 bolts on the back. Put grease in there, okay? No matter what truck you buy from, what company you buy it from, and a great example, the Red Cats Gen 8s that have been released, dry as a bone. Now, Red Cat know they're dry as a bone, and they have said in the next release there will be more grease, which is good. Good on them. Always open up your diff and put grease in. This is a must. The book should say, do this. That's a really nice differential. There you go, check on that. Now, this thing won't focus because it's stupid. Thanks, Facebook. I will take some pictures of these and put it on the group after the live feed. God, they're nice. I'm going to put it back in the bag so I don't scratch it. Now, who are you sending your PayPal to? To Tony. God, what are you boys doing? Right, front differential time. These are pretty weighty too, which is a good thing, obviously. This is going to help your performance. God, those wheels are pretty. I wasn't sure on the wheels, but god damn, I am now. Yes, it is off center. The rear is not. Is it? Yes, it is. The rear is off center. They're both off center. So this is your front differential. Now, same deal. Doesn't matter how freely it spins. Let me just hold that straight. That's actually pretty good. Can you hear that? I am spinning it, I promise. See the shaft in the end there? It's spinning. Now, again, that is shimmed to perfection. I will take that cover off and put some grease in there. Don't cake it full of grease. Put a good amount of grease in there. Did you say the Gen 8 didn't have grease in them? Some of them, it just looked like people went from a distance. And I'm not being rude. Red Cat themselves know this. People open up their portal covers and it's just bone dry. There's no grease in there. And it's not just the portals. It's the diff. It's the gearbox. So if you buy Gen 8, open everything up and grease it. Okay? Now, a really important part of any demon axle, right? Do not set your steering so this maxes out. If you do this, you will break your CVDs. Okay? In saying that, I think these are bigger than the ones I had before. That is a thick CVD. Anywho, do not max it out. Hear that noise? That's a CVD maxed out. When this is maxed out, you are going to chew the guts out of the CVD. No axle's designed to turn that far and have the CVD move. It's going to eat itself. When you set up this truck, now I'm not sure if this comes with the bump stops or not. I haven't checked. I just went, that's pretty. Yes, please. When you set your steering on this truck, set it all the way to max and then wind it back a bit. Then see if it binds. There's no noise there, so I'm sweet. But that's how you set your endpoint so that it's all Mickey Mouse. Someone said they're leaving? Who? Tony, you boys are confusing yourself. Now you're confusing me. Anywho, so set your endpoints right, kids. If you don't, you're going to pay for it, and then you're going to whinge and think it's the company's fault or the truck's fault. It's not. If you set your endpoints and your steering is maxed like this and you break it, that is your fault. Okay? You have to take responsibility for that being your fault. Set your endpoints correctly. Cross cells, bump stops. If you don't know how to set your endpoints properly, bolt on bump stops to the front of your diff and it will stop the steering. It will stop the steering where it's supposed to stop so you don't break stuff. Because a lot of people will push their steering to the maximum point that the diff will let it go and then they wonder why stuff breaks. Don't do it. With your TRX4, it will go past 45 degrees. Don't run it like that because as soon as you do, it starts sounding really notchy and then stuff's going to break and it's just not worth that extra. Do a 3-point turn, man. So anyway, those are the differentials. All right, now I'm going to show you who wants to see some wheels and tyres. Brian White's joined us. Steve says, dead on, Johnny. Found out the hard way. Now I have the stops on. Look, we all break stuff. I have a lot of people on the interwebs that don't like me because I tell the truth. If you set it too much, you're going to break stuff and it's your fault. If you don't like that, call the ambulance. All right? It's just, these are the facts. Sorry, but it's true. Last did the same on my first CVDs too. Look, we've all broken stuff. I mean, a while back, I broke one of the ball ends on my PG4L, and it was because I was driving it like a dick. I broke it. I can't complain at the truck for being broken because it's my fault. If I smash the throttle and I'm talking bouldery stuff, it's my fault. Sorry. Anyway, quick swig of my drink, and then I'm going to smash some likes if you want to see the wheels. What grease would you recommend? I'll show you. That's not my grease. Where's my grease? I don't know where my grease is. Look, marine grease. Marine grease is good. Don't put something in there that's crazy thick and tacky. I wish I had mine here. I mean, I do, somewhere. I don't know where it is. I use a king chrome grease. It's not marine, but most greases will repel water anyway. So, yes. Tony wants to see the wheels, I bet. I'm not sure if I want to show the wheels because Tony might put in an offer. Fun and games. I love this group. It's brilliant. Right. I see some lights going off there, so it's time for some wheels. Oh, god damn, they're pretty. Ta-da! What I'll do, move this way. Right. Because these live feeds are stupid and Facebook doesn't know what it's doing, I can focus on the front camera. I can't focus on the back one. Have a go at that. Is that pretty or what? Do you like that? Smash some likes or those shocked faces that I see if you like that. That is a pretty wheel. This, god damn. This is the beadlock ring for it. Look how thick it is. That is heavy. Now, obviously, and before anyone says, and I know someone out there already wants to, look, simple. Simple bolt pattern. 5. Done. That goes in the back like yay. Holy crap. Oh, sorry for the noise. I'm sorry for the noise. So that's your wheel. And that is heavy. Now, before anyone says, rotational mass, it'll break everything. This truck is obviously designed. I'll put that down now. And I'll swing that back around. Cooperate. Right. This truck's designed to run those wheels. So don't go panicking going, oh, everything's going to break. Wow, Johnny sounds like Batman when he sees those wheels. I'm Batman. That's all he does in the whole movie. That irritates the crap out of me. Like, that's not acting. Has anyone seen the Joker? That's the whole voice tone, it's just annoying. Anyway, so there's our wheels, and they are what we call in the business Mickey Mouse. They are beautiful wheels. The picture on the box shows these, but they look chrome. And I won't lie, my brain was going, I might order some 1.55s. But now, nope, I'm using these bad boys. I quite like those. I was never huge on black wheels either, but bloody cross, eh? Love those. Well, of course, all those are in there, and that there would be, it'd have to be a kilo. Have to be. That's heavy, which is good. The bolts for the wheels, they're big bolts. That's good, and I'm not going to stress about stripping everything out. They have, ooh, how did I miss that? My bad. No, so there's the bolts for them. They're decent size 2mm head bolts, I believe. Yes, they are. Decent size bolts. Oh, love cross. Love cross. Oh, see. These, if I'm correct, and I have to be, because it's the only thing they can be. Scale hubs. I love cross stuff. Can you see why I love this stuff? You paint that thing, like example's sake, if you paint your truck red, candy red, with a cream stripe up the side, it'll be strawberry shortcake. Anyway, if you paint that like a candy red, and then paint that centre cap the same candy red, ding, that's just Mickey Mouse. Well, you can paint it black, obviously, but it's nice that they're included. Again, this is the sort of stuff that you usually go and buy for like $15 before. Let's bit the truck. This is why, don't lose parts, John. This is why I praise Cross for what they do with their trucks. We're not even halfway through this stuff yet. Tell me if this is taking too long and I'll pick up the speed. Steve says, they are bad, boy. Yes, they are some badass wheels right there, I tell you what. Love them. And I'm not taking the piss when I do accents. I do them all the time. Right, so that's the wheels. I love those. You jealous, Tony? What do you think of those? They're not for sale. Anyway, so that's the wheels. Okay, rod ends and pivot balls. I'm not going to open that. We've all seen those before. They are what they are. When you build your truck, make sure that you use the correct size rod end. I can't stress this enough. I fixed a bloke's truck not long ago, and some of the rod ends were wrong, and that threw everything off. So make sure that you use the correct size. Don't assume. An assumption whilst building an RC kit is your worst nightmare. True story. That and a house fire. House fire is going to wreck everything. Okay, so next we have the links. Also not going to open these up because I'll grab one out. For those that haven't seen them. Cross do their famous aluminum links. Again, $450 US. Upgraded links. That Viterra Tony wanted me to unbox. I believe they're plastic. Anywho, upgraded out of the box. And these have, so you don't screw it up, you can't see that, but right there it says 93mm. That way you can look at it and go, there it is right there. Now, there's a lot of spacers in here, which are good. Spacers are handy. If the book says to use spacers, make sure you have the correct one. Okay? A cheap caliper set, digital caliper set, so you can do the measurements of the thicknesses, may be handy. You should have one anyway. If you jump on Wish, you can pick them up for about $2. True story. So they're all our links. I mean, I'm not going to open it up because you've seen one, you've seen them all. They're the links. Next. Not going to open this either. That's just a bag of bolts. There's a lot in there. Next. Metal drive shafts. Now, top tip for everyone. Now, I noticed these are different than the old ones. Because the retainer clip, now you can't see that very well. I mean, I'm going to flip this because this is an important piece of information. Right, you will see that retainer clip has 4 rings on it. Put some heat shrink over that and shrink it onto it. That will stop any chance of that retainer spring coming open and the pin coming out and your drive shaft falling to pieces on the trails. Heat shrink this silver bit. Okay? That's really important. Heat shrink that. And it's not just because, these are cross drive shafts. There's a lot of companies that make drive shafts like these, and I recommend you heat shrink them all. Because if you don't, that spring at some stage is going to get lazy and open up. The old cross truck, like the Demon, I believe, has only got 2 loops on it, so it's not as strong. These, I'm not gonna heat shrink it. I'm gonna see how long it takes. I'm gonna see how long it takes for it to open up, or if I catch it on a rock, will it just open up? I've generally got a little plastic container of parts in my bag whenever I go, so that if this falls apart, I've still got another pin in my bag that I can just put in if I can't find the one that fell out in the first place. Because, another top tip, if one of the pins fell out of your drive shaft, it doesn't always just land on the ground where where the truck stops. Generally, it's 10 feet back, buried in a bit of sand somewhere, and you never see them again. The drive shafts are upgraded aluminum's drive shafts. Again, this is something that if you bought a normal truck, SCX10, comes with plastic drive shafts. This has already got your metal. You do the math. You've got upgraded drive shafts. You've got upgraded links. You've got upgraded diffs. You've got fancy aluminum beadlock wheels. You start to add it all up. You go, hang on, this truck's actually pretty well valued. It is. Dion's joined us. Thanks for joining, Dion. Next bag. Ooh, we have some more chrome bits. Now, hang on a minute. Yeah. Okay, so we have, I'll take them out. We have side strips for the side of the truck. Like, I love this. It's brilliant. It's got side strips for the... That's going to set your body off. Like, who else does a Lexan body and says, here you go, sir. Would you like some chrome stripping for the side of your truck? Because it's an old school style truck and they had chrome stripping. Here, have some. Cross says, here you go, sir. Okay, we've got some more chrome stripping there. Then we have chrome door handles. Now, I did notice in the black plastic bag there was black door handles. So, we've got 2 sets of door handles. Options. Then we have our, check these out, the old school chrome tail lights around and our light buckets. I honestly think by the time this truck's painted up, you will be hard-pressed to tell it's a Lexan body truck. True story. This, I mean, it's just... The detail is where... I'm looking at this body already, my brain's going, man, what colour are you going to paint it? Because this chrome is going to work with so many different colours. Is that light playing up? No. Sorry, the light likes to play up with these live feeds because Facebook. Right, so I'm going to quickly put this back in the bag. And then we're going to get on to one of the other bigger bags. I'm going to move my phone back a bit and I'm going to refresh the view dearly by flipping the camera twice. And that seems to stop the issue. Right, you stay there. No, we're good. Okay. Okay. Shock parts. I'm also looking at the same amount of RC stuff I have. So thinking about reducing some stuff. Steve, what truck is it? I'm sorry, I missed it. It is the Cross RC FR4C. I will show a picture at the... Hang on. There you go. It is this bad boy. And it is, read that backwards, premium quality. Okay? While I've got the manual in my hand, I will say the same thing that I say with all Cross trucks. If the book feels like it's good quality, there's a pretty good chance the truck's good quality too. Every Cross truck I've had, the book is just... And I know that sounds dumb. Go and grab 2 pieces of paper that you get with a Viterra or an Axial or whatever else and run your hand over it and you go, oh, it's just a bit of paper. These are a nice, smooth, glossy book. Now, some people have issues when they're reading the instructions with these trucks. I've built 5 Cross trucks so far. This will be number 6. And honestly, I've not had an issue building any of them. I suggest when you go through the book, if I can open it, when you go through the book, familiarise yourself with what parts are supposed to be in what bags, etc. and so on. Do remember that there's bound to be some form of human error at some stage somewhere, right? We're all human. Dion, fix that bloody PG4, mate, or I'll give you my address and you can send it to me, all right? I'll use it. Anywho, so go through your book, check out the bits and the bobs and the pieces, etc. Now, when you're actually constructing the truck, have a look at a piece and go, okay, it says to put the skid plate here with the chassis rail, etc., and this bolt and this bolt. Then look at the next step. And you get to see a different angle and you get to see, okay, that's how it sits. If it doesn't quite make sense on one page, start looking through other pages and other pages until it makes sense. Cool tip, the next time I cook beef, I'll run my hand over it and, hey, it's the best way to check if beef's good, you idiot. Oh, dear. Oscar says, don't worry, he hasn't fixed his either. Oscar took his truck out and broke it the first run. He took it out. Anyway, feels bad, man. Get that truck fixed, Oscar, so we can take out our PG4s and go and make Dion jealous because he can't drive his because he won't fix it. So anyway, in my experience, Cross instructions are pretty straightforward. You're going to have a series of lines that will say this bolt goes through this piece, into this piece, and bolts to whatever. follow the lines, okay? You can see where these pieces go because of the lines and the bolts, and that's how it all goes together. If you follow this stuff, you should be fine. When you pull all your nuts and bolts out, because you might have one bag that's got 5 bags in it with different nuts and bolt sizes, if you go, I don't know, either measure the bolt or hold it up to the picture on the page. Now, these pictures aren't 100% precise the exact size of the bolt. They're not. But they're pretty damn close. So, hold them up. I mean, if it's a double 106, it's a 3 by 8 by 6, you can hold it up and go, okay, it has to be that one because that's the only one similar. If you get stuck, send me a message and I'll help you. Who uses instructions anyway? Well, I will with this one because it's different to the last ones I built. We all know what happens when you follow the lines. We all watch Jurassic Park. When you follow the lines, you're going to give me the reference on that. I'm missing why that's a thing. I should know it. Tama would know it, but I'm missing something there. Someone's laughy faced at it. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and read the book. So distracted. Shock bits. Okay? Now I notice these springs are, obviously they're tall, which is fine, but they're rather close looped. They're different to any other cross spring I've used. I like that they're yellow. They're going to stand out and people will look at the truck and go, check it out, that bloke's upgraded his shocks. Big four-wheel driver. I quite like the look of those. Hopefully they perform as well as they look. Not stupid resistance, but that's good. Now, one of the other pretty bits, aluminum's bloody shock housings with caps and bloody other bits and bobs, etc. Your Axion and your Viterra, they're not this nice. I won't have a Viterra because I've had a Viterra, but I've had all the Axials and all the Traxxas and stuff. They're not this nice. They're not. Sorry. The Samex ones that you get for your SCX10s. So if you've got an SCX10 and you want a better shock housing, get the Samex ones. True story, they're really good. So we've got these. These are all the parts that you got to start to weigh up in. Oh, I don't get that with my Axial or whatever else. Okay, so that's the shock bag. I mean, there's lots of others. There's the shock shafts and there's the rubber seals and all that stuff. Pay attention when you build your shocks. Just pay attention. When you put the rubber seals in, and I do this with all my shocks, when you put the rubber seals in, I either put a tiny smidge of grease on the shaft so that the rings have a bit of movement, or some shock oil, just so that you're not going to tear anything, or etc. and so on. So that's that. Next bag, body posts, bumper mounts. I'll hold this here, it's hard to see. Body posts, bumper mounts, engine mount. That's basically that bag. There's a cross brace for the chassis there. But that's what that is. I mean, it's generic black plastic. I'm not going to worry about opening that up because, I mean, who wants to see generic black plastic? Oh, what's this? This is another reason why you go, it's $4.50, cheap. And it's not because of the Velcro straps. Johnny puts grease on his sharp. Well, it's PG, man. Come on. Dirty buckers. Oh, we have some little foam rings. I'm not sure where they're supposed to go yet. Factory light kit. Thank you, Cross. This looks to me like it just plugs in. I don't know if it's a switchable one. And it looks like it does too. It looks like it has options for more lights. For your roof, perhaps? You get this with the truck. You don't have to buy it separately. These are light kits that are on boards that screw to the parts. And they're not annoying stuff around things. So you get a light kit with your truck because we all like scale lights. Who's ordering one of these? Not the light kit, the truck. Anyone thinking about buying one? Because, beautiful little kid. Love it. Love it. We've still got a bit more to go. We've got some tyres, we've got motor, we've got other scale accessories that just come with the truck. First thing though, we're going to do the motor. Oscar's thinking about buying one. Has anyone got any questions about the truck? Sorry. Rip e-users. Right. This is our 35 turn cross RC brushed motor with planetary gearbox attached. Torque monster. Okay. This increases the torque of this, and it all just works to make a really smooth crawling truck. In my opinion, you don't need to change this. Putting a big brushless setup in it is not going to get you anywhere better. If you want more wheel speed, put a cross 27 turn in it. I've got to say, the cross motor so far I've not changed. That's got the original motor. The two trucks sitting just there. There's a PG4L sitting there. PG4L sitting there, and a GC4 sitting there. They all have the cross motors in them. I have not changed any of them, and I won't, because they're brilliant. Ben's joined us. Thanks for joining, Ben. Much appreciated. With the FR4C, same as the SG4C, etc. trucks, if you buy the fancy version, all metals. Same goes for the transfer. If you buy the cheaper versions, you get plastic housings, etc. So, time you weigh it all up, get the FR4C. It's just worth it. This is our transfer. Again, crack it open, put some grease in it. Same goes for your motor housing. I will say, my PG4, I didn't open mine and put grease in it. I went, you know what? I'm just going to run it, see how it goes. Not a peep. It's been so quiet, and it still is quiet. But I open them up. Do open them up, put some grease in there. Same goes for these. Check that out for a tiny little transfer case. Zach's with us. Thanks for joining, Zach. That thing is tiny. What ESC goes good with the motor? 1080 Hobby Wing 1080 waterproof. I've got one on the way. So it's tiny. It's easy to hide. It's really programmable. It's waterproof. You can't go wrong. And I think it's about $39 US on rcmart.com. So go and buy them. They're bloody awesome. Have a spare one sitting somewhere. I run the same ESC in that. It's the Hobby Wing 1080 in the Mammoth. So that's our transfer case. Well, pretty. That transfer case has the gear mesh inside. Feels nice, dude. Hello? Is there anyone there? It's just, and I haven't even opened it up and checked any grease. Like, buy one, lads. Buy one. Steve, mate, I'm going to go. Nice video. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Much appreciated. We're not too far off finish this live unboxing because we're running out of parts, basically. Let me just check the old... Yeah, I mean, we've been going for an hour, so that's about how long I expected this to take. So that's our motor. I mean, they're brilliant. They're smooth. Heaps of torque. Crazy. Right, next, we have some inner fenders and a battery tray. Inner fender, which is also your shock tower with options, which is good. It's nice to have options. I mean, it's a plastic inner fender, so there's not crazy heaps of detail. I mean, actually, it's reasonably detailed, but I mean, it's an inner fender. What can you say about it? It's a plastic inner fender. I do like the fact that should you want to change your body, there is heaps of extra plastic out here, so if you have to trim it, that's going to be pretty simple. And I would imagine they're going to be cheap to replace. Should you trim them and then go, oh, I'll go back to the factory body. You can just, I hazard a guess, $20, and then you get what I'm saying. So there's those, and then we have the battery tray. Full-size LiPo battery tray. That is a 5200 2S LiPo, and there is room to spare. So you can fit easily, I would say, a 7600 LiPo or something in there and just drive the truck all day. All day. These cross motors, with these transmissions and then through the transfer how they go, they are so efficient on batteries. That demon, I haven't even got one here. I run them on tiny receiver packs. They are 2S, they are 2000 milliamp hour, and they last about 2.5 hours. It shouldn't last that long, but it does. So there's our battery tray, full size, lovely. That's going to go back in the bag, so I can do my unboxing for YouTube later. Right, put that in there. Set that to the side. Next up is our front shock hoop inner fender setup. Now this, I would imagine, is the same as the Demon one. I'll get it out of the way. Looks the same. So if you've got a Demon, you are familiar with these. These are the same. 3 shock mounts in the front, that's all you need. You'll probably put it in the middle and leave it there. That's what I've done with mine. It doesn't need to be changed. Plenty of room to sit your electrics, etc. on top if you want. Obviously, this truck's got sideboards and so forth. I don't know if there's an electric box. I don't recall seeing one. Could be in one of the generic black plastic thingies. But yeah. So we've got full cover from splashage up in under the truck, which is awesome. It's good to see now companies are making that bit of a standard feature. You got to have splash guards to try and protect your electrics. Good. Jeff's joined us. Thanks for joining, Jeff. You have joined at a terrible time because we're not too far off the end of the live feed. But still, you're here, and that's the important thing. Sup, sir? Unboxing a beast, mate. Now I'm not even gonna battle with that because I'll frustrate myself. For those that joined late, we have been unboxing this, the Cross RC FR4C, which is the fancy version. Demon. And it's epic. It's epic. Tony wants to buy my wheels. Is there a decal sheet here? Ah. Okay. I see what you did there. Now, for those of you that aren't good at painting bodies or masking or applying, these are your masking window decals, right? So you peel these off, put them on the inside of your windows, paint the truck, pull these off, you'll have clear windows. Marvellous. Now, if that sounds like it's going to be too hard for you, you can literally paint the whole body colour and then put on window decals. That will hide any electrics, etc. you've got inside, because obviously this doesn't have an interior. I'm going to put it out there. There is room in this truck for an interior. If you're clever, creative, 3D printer, how's the bumper look? We all had to put our sunglasses on because of the shininess of the bumper. So you've got options. This is excellent. If you're crap at painting and you know it, paint it, stick these on, ta-da, no one's going to know that you suck at painting. Win-win. Okay, now here's something else I've just noticed, which is epic. If you want to have options for your spare tyre cover, you've got options. There could just be this one. I'd be happy, more than happy. There's options. Thank you, Cross. There's options. I love that. I think it's brilliant. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked there. Any colours in mind for the body yet? I really don't know, to be honest. I've got so many different colour trucks now. Black, yellow, orange, an old school candy green over there, the bright green there, and then I've got like the Tamiya trucks, cream and red. It's just brown. I think a metallic brown, similar to, I think when Rob built his SG4C Demon, I can't remember whether Bob said to me, I'm going to paint it brown, or I said to Bob, paint it brown, but it ended up brown. And I quite like it. I've had some old Fairlanes that have been hazelnut glow, which is a nice brown colour. So I don't know yet. I could possibly go brown because of the chrome strips and all that sort of thing, but truth be told, I'll probably go to the paint shop, stand in front of the rack, and then some sort of idea will hit me, and I'll go, that's the colour that truck needs to be. That's what I usually do. So that's our book with our wicked decals. Next on the list. Okay, next on the list is, I might get all these parts out. Gold and black. I thought gold would work. I've never been huge on gold. I don't know, it could work. It's the right gold would work with that body style because it's a 70s sort of style body. So in this bag, we have body pins and some scale mesh. I'm not going to worry about getting that out because it's just one piece, tiny little scale mesh that goes behind the grill because scale. Cross likes to do scale. This bag of metal pieces is a servo mount, a transfer case mount, which is also your link mount for the middle of the truck. Oscar says pink, lol. I'm not doing pink. Try not to be too noisy. So this is our link mount system. I believe Cross now includes the chassis stiffener kit with these trucks. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're in there. If they're not, I'll get some. My Demon, I didn't bend anything on that. I did get the kit for it, just because sort of everyone was buying the kit. I'm like, I want a kit. But anyway, if it's not in the box, I'll bang a kit on it. I'm not hugely phased about that. So we've got that. We've got our trusses for the diffs and a couple of little brackets. I don't know what they're for. I am sure in good time I will find out. Kyle's back, or he's been here the whole time. Alright, so his bedtime. He's on his last bit of energy here. Nice vid. See you guys. See you, dude. Much appreciated. Thank you for stopping by. It is very much appreciated. Remember, guys, if you think anyone would like to see the goodies that are in this box and the value for money that this truck is, give it a share. Shares are everything. If you give it a share, I'll do another unboxing either Friday or next Monday. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I've got another unboxing ready to go. Right, so I've got another bag here with some nuts and bolts in it. I'm not even going to open it. Nuts and bolts. We have the headlight lenses, and then we have lenses for these here. Lenses for the indicator lenses for the bumper, I believe, or fog lights. Probably fog lights. Because this truck, I don't think has indicators, which is awesome. I love that it doesn't have indicators. Does that sound stupid? The reason I love that it doesn't have indicators is because you don't indicate when you drive over rocks. Don't. Kyle been here the whole time. Sorry, mate. Facebook lies to me all the time. I'm going to have a quick drink, and then we're going to get to the last 3 bags of stuff. Tell me, what do you guys think of what you've seen? Honest opinions. Do you think it's worth $450 US? Because and I say this about all these trucks, I mean, I think they're worth more. The amount of stuff you get for these trucks, no one else makes a kit this complete for the money. Right, next up on the list, comes with a snorkel. Again, something else that you would go out and buy. You don't need to. It comes with it. But this is the best thing. It's like, by the time you build this truck, you've got a truck it's going to look scale. You've got a truck that looks scale, that's got all these scale accessories on it that you didn't have to go and buy separately. I mean, this is normally a hard body sort of thing. Or, you know, it's just mirrors. It's got mirrors too. I love that it's got the mirrors. Then we've got a bag with more nuts and bolts and wire ties for your electrics. Awesome. We've got some Velcros there too, which you can either use, I'm guessing, for your ESC, or you can cut it into strips, etc. and so on, and use it for other bits and bobs. Speaking of Bob, Robert's with us. Says Steve's joined us again. He may have still been here from before. Robert, people want to know when the next when the next Johnny Byrne edition truck's coming out. Anyway, chassis rail time, folks. If you own a chassis stiffener, should be in the steering links. I thought they would have been. Now, Rob, while you're here, is it the FR4, the SUs, the SPs, etc.? Do they all come with a chassis stiffener kit now? I'm only going to get one of these out. This is our chassis rail. I love these. I love the fact that it's not just a straight rail. It's a shaped rail. That gives it more strength. True story. Rob says secrets. What secrets? I want secrets. Yes, so you get the stiffener kit with all these anyway, so more value for money. Chassis rails are chassis rail. I mean, it is what it is. Lots of holes for you to put bolts into to make a truck. There's not too much else you can say about chassis rails, really. And for the last bag, is Tony still here? I hope he's not, because he's probably going to make an offer. How long has Cross been in the RC game? Have they always been this scale? Cross has been in the RC game for many years now. Not hundreds of years, many years. Look, if you go and look at their army trucks, Ben, scale AF, as the kids like to say. The GC4, Rob, can you let me know when the GC4 came out? This is the GC4. This is one of the most scaled trucks you will buy. Take the roof off. Try not to hit the roof. So, full interior. This is your battery box. You build this. Battery goes in there. I mean, there's something special about a Cross truck and you don't know what it is until you own one. I've said it since I got this. I bought this truck from Rob. I can't even remember how long ago it was now. I got this truck from Rob and it was like, wow. My life has been changed. Axial, never heard of it. That's what it was like. This is where it's at. The crawler game, scaler game, whatever you want to call it, this is where it's heading. Cross is already there. Okay? Facts, people. It's a true story. Right. So tyres, we're on to the tyres. Oh, Tony's watching. Anyway, we're on to the tyres. I'm going to undo this bit of tape, which makes it heaps easier to get the tyres out of the bag. World's strongest bit of sticky tape. Right. I will get one of these out because they're all the same. These are the same tyres that are used on the Demon, because it's a Demon. In other words, they didn't change the tyres. These are the Black Rock tyres from Cross. Are they any good? They're still on the Demon. They're good tyres. Anyone that says to you, they're shit, they don't know what they're talking about. Sorry, but it's true. These tyres are brilliant. It's just how it is. Scale, great grip. They're not too hard, they're not too soft. The foam's in them. The foam's in them, you can leave the truck sitting on the tyres and it's not just going to go flat tyres. Do you know what I mean? Tony showed up when the tyres come out. he's got a sixth sense, that tyre. I see tyres and wheels. These are the tyres. Scale, luggy enough to grip where you want to go, but I can't think of what the name of the tyres are, but you guys will know what they are. There's tyres out there that just look like they've got 2x4s bolted to the side of them, and they look horrible. I'm sorry, but they look terrible. People keep bolting them to their trucks, and I'm like, oh God, it looks like a paddle steamer. Scale tyres, people. These are scale trucks. Alright, don't put paddle steamer wheels on your trucks. So these are the tyres, and again, they're brilliant. Watch my YouTube videos, you'll see how these things perform. The scale, they grip, they last, they take some crap. Those Demon tyres have been out a lot, and they barely look like they've moved. What do you think of those? Okay. Size-wise, 115mm tall, 45mm wide, 1.9s. Okay. That's the size. So they're a decent sized tyre. And that, boys and girls, is how you unbox an FR4C from Cross. What do you think? Is there anything else you want to see? Mudslingers, I think that's it, Steve. And I'm sorry if someone here's got them on their truck. But they look horrible. They just do. I'm sorry. Okay? They're just big squares. Like, I really dislike them. Sorry about that. So, is there any other part, is there anything anyone wants to see from this truck? I'm going to start putting it back in the box while we're questioning time and etc. Indico tear seal pockets, or yeah, mudslingers, pretty much the same tyres. Yeah, they're not pretty. Sorry. I like to be honest here. If you want to make your truck look like a jacked up toy, put them on. Kyle, that's all well and good, mate, but honestly, I guarantee you'll find other tyres that look scale that do just as good a job. I guarantee it. I mean, with those tyres, you may as well just bolt some tracks on your vehicle. I like scale. Those tyres are not scale. Sorry, kiddies. I'm not taking the crap either. So I'm just loading up this box again with all the goodies. If you want to see anything else, here's our wicked manual. This is the truck we unboxed today. Beast mode activated. Love that. For those that joined late, not great for much else. Check out the front differential. That's pretty right there. I tell you what. As I said earlier, and I'll say it again, when you're setting the steering, okay, go to max, wind it back, probably 2.5 mil gap. But you want it so when you spin your axle, you don't have this sound. That's the sound. You should come to Redneck America. I'll see you there, mate. I'll tell you what. Right, just get me some clean underbreeches. If you spin your axle and it makes that noise, you're asking to chew the CVD to pieces. You need the gap between here and the diff to be about 2.5 millimeters. Now, you can buy bump stops from Rob. I don't know if bump stops. Oh, Rob, while you're here, do these come with the bump stops? I couldn't remember if they do or not. Don't get greedy with your steering, okay? Do a 3-point turn. Don't be lazy. Do a 3-point turn. These will last forever. True story. And if you think that's not true, well then, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't think that out very well. So yes, that's the front differential. That's the rear one. About as scale as you're going to get. Pretty diffs. Always open up your diffs. Apply some grease. Same goes for your transmission that the motor goes into. The transfer case, open them up, grease them. With your diffs, check the shimmings. I've checked the shims on those here. They are perfect. If they are all set like that and someone tells you, oh, it wasn't shimmed properly, one, you should be checking it yourself anyway. And two, if it's shimmed like mine are, they're perfect. Right, some more pieces are going back in here. Has anyone got any questions? Because we're getting close to the end of the feed. Of course, if you want to go and buy one of these trucks, and honestly, I suggest you do. If you don't want to do a full hard body truck, this is an awesome option. And this is why I got it. I want to see what the option's like. Obviously, I love my hard body stuff, and I will continue to build hard body trucks because scale. I want to see how scale I can make this Lexan body truck. That's why I got it. I mean, it's a cross truck. I love cross trucks, and I've got a bit of a goal. At some stage in my life, I want to own one of every cross truck made. I know it's an expensive goal, but it's a goal of mine. And can I see the wheels? Yes, you can. As soon as I get there. Let me just keep putting this stuff in here. Prepare to get your PayPal ready when you see the wheels, because once you see those, you're probably going to want to buy the truck. Full aluminum links, included with our chassis stiffener kit as well. Thank you, Rob, for informing me that. Rod ends and rod balls, we've seen all those before. Pay attention. Make sure you use the right rod end. If you don't, stuff's not going to line up and you're going to go, this truck's crap. Double, triple check stuff before you put it on the truck. Okay? Right. The body. Ugh, I love this. This is the body. Now, that's all demon, right? That is all demon. That's a bit that's a bit Bronco, which I love. I'm a Ford man. That's a bit Bronco, which is fine. And then demon. This is already cut out, ready for your grill to go straight in it. Awesome. That makes it easier for people that aren't competent with a scissors or a knife to cut this out. So there's our body. All the holes for our chrome strips. There are chrome strips that go alongside of this body. Holes for all that's all done and ready to go. Holes for the roof rack ready to go. It's awesome. Our fake spare tyre for the back. Obviously, this represents a hard cover that your tyre's inside it. That's what that is. For those that don't know. Some bags of generic black plastic. This includes your sliders, your roof rack, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, if you've just joined, go back and watch from the start. There's a lot of parts of this truck, and this is the legs and body truck, so there's a lot of bits. Now, Tony was saying before, what if you don't want the cage? Well, Tony, if I'm correct, the cage holes aren't holes yet. You put those in. So if you don't want the cage, you don't have to have it. The roof rack, however, you sort of have to because the holes are in it. So if you don't want the cage, you don't have to have it. I believe the cage side bits bolt to the roof rack. And it's all sort of one schmancy unit, I believe. Then we have our lovely chrome bumper. That does have a nice mesh in said bag that goes in here. Don't think that goes in there. No, it doesn't. Close that so I don't lose the tiny pieces that are inside. I'm going to do a YouTube unboxing of this. This is why I'm packing it up again. Front rear bumpers, chrome, pretty chrome. This will not hold a winch. If you do want a winch for your truck, get an SG4C Demon bumper. That will hold a winch and you can bolt it straight to this. Winch, done, wicked. Rear bumper, chrome, bag of nuts and bolts, and the wheels. And then we're pretty much finished for the day. Right. Ta-da! That's our wheels. And they are pretty. I'm gonna do what I did before. I'm gonna flip the camera around to give you a better look. The SU4C comes with a choice of square headlight or round headlight. Awesome. So there's your wheels. Check out those bad boys. Love that. And they do have a scale hub for the middle, which hides your nut that bolts the wheel on. The inner ring for these wheels is heavy. And these should be easy to put together because they're only 5 bolts. So, well done, Cross. They're lovely, lovely, lovely wheels. I'm going to move my camera back. For anyone that hasn't seen it, here's the current state of the scale garage. Excuse the mess here. So, I've got a window in my office. I've got some plants in there. All that wonderful jazz. We've got our clock there. We've got the door with the fridge and the shelf and all that sort of such in there. With the little floor mat. So that's where we are with that. They are different than the Demon wheels, yes. Each wheel weighs 156 grams with the inner ring. Bloody Nora. Thank you, Robert. I love it when you give me these tidbits of info. There's the crapper, okay? Toilet roll, crapper, the whole deal. So that's where we're at with the garage. Obviously, I can't show all of it because it's a big box here full of goodies. And there's a lot of bits for this legs and body truck. Sit that there. Lovely. Okay. So, if you want an awesome legs and body truck, that's a bloody impressive kit. It's got to be said. This is what you want to get. $450 US. I'm not sure. You can ask Robert. I mean, Rob's watching. I'm not sure if there's any sort of special he can do for BCRC members if they perhaps purchase one in the next 2 days. Rob, mate? It's worth a shot. So, Robert, if you'd like to do something like that, that'd be epic. Okay. Look, recommend. Any cross-take, I recommend. There is going to be another unboxing coming up. Not today, because my mouth's killing me. It's been too long. Anyway, there's going to be another unboxing coming up in the next either Friday or next Monday, I reckon. Rob says, PM me anytime for a deal. Winky, winky face. send him BCRC sent me. Okay. Get one. Let me know what you think. This is what I want someone to buy one of these trucks and let me know what you think. Because honestly, in my opinion, this truck is well worth the money. There's so much stuff you get, like kit, heavy metal beadlock wheels, the metal diffs, metal metal transfer, metal motor box, the whole value for money, man. The door handles, chrome trims for the side, the snorkel. It's just value for money everywhere. Robert, I need to contact you because I think I want one of these light bars for the roof. Yeah, we might have to talk. All right. Do me a favour, everyone. Give it a share. I really do appreciate it if you can. Like I said, I want to get more and more and more views on these things. I want to start smashing over 2K views at least on every video we do. So, Robert, also join CrossRC US Facebook and join our email list on crossrc.us. We are working on a new rewards program. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. And I know you heard it here first because that's the first I've heard of it. And me and Robert like this. Anyway, do yourself a favour, go and buy one of these cross trucks because they're bloody awesome. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. Sorry. We will also be holding a drawing for a FR4B. You're doing a competition. Adam, message me after the feed, mate. If we can't get you a light controller for yours, I'm going to buy one and send it to you. Because you've got to have your lights working in your truck. Got your back. So, yeah. Awesome. Wicked. Yeah. Rob, I need more information about this drawing for this truck. Is there going to be a live feed? Anyway, Rob, drop all the info in a big post. Give us all the goss. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I very much appreciate it. I really do appreciate the shares. I know I smash on about it a bit, but without more publicity, we can't do much. And I want to do more and more and more. So we need to really get these views pumping through the roof. BC Race joined us. Sorry, mate. You've come at the very last seconds of the live feed. I suggest you go back and watch from the start because we unboxed this. The flagship version of the FR4 Demon. And it is that is code for awesome. Okay? So yeah, definitely worth a watch. Alright, everyone take care. Have fun with your RCs, take care of each other and help each other where you can. And we shall talk to you soon on the next BCRC live feed. Bye.